day in the history of American law. The challenge here is that there was never a question as to Bill Cosby's guilt, right? In a lot of cases, it's when cases were overturned or when people were convicted or not convicted, the issue is that the cases are just hard to prove against them. The issue with Bill Cosby is that statute of limitations had run on a pattern of predatory conduct, right? So whether it was the matter of Andrea Constand, there were any number of quite serious allegations brought against Bill Cosby. And so we should be careful to note that even though this was the charge that Bill Cosby was ultimately convicted of, there were many other instances of conduct that either couldn't have been charged or just couldn't have been brought. And so this was a short sentence, and this is all breaking very quickly, and we're learning more and more about it. He'd only served a couple of years of it, but to some extent we can just say that justice hasn't really been served here. But I look forward to reading the opinion and seeing exactly what the bases were for why they threw it out.
And stay with me here, Elliot. I also want to bring in Ellie Honig, our senior legal analyst as well, former federal and state prosecutor. Ellie, are you surprised by this conviction being overturned?
I am surprised, Anna, and I think the first thought here has to be for the victims, for the charged victim, the one who Bill Cosby was specifically convicted for, and for all the other victims who came forward and testified and spoke out bravely. It's got to be devastating to see this conviction thrown out. Now, it's very rare to see a court of appeals overturn a verdict, a jury verdict, on this basis. And essentially, it appears here's the ruling from the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. When Bill Cosby was charged, he was charged with the sexual assault of one victim, that Temple University employee who Bryn referred to. Prosecutors said, and the judge said, yes, you can. Prosecutors said, we want to call up to 5 other victims, not the ones who were charged here, but 5 other victims to establish a pattern, to establish that this is how Bill Cosby went about preying on these women. The judge let them do that, and now the Supreme Court has said that went too far. These other 5 victims were not the subjects of the charged indictment, and they went beyond establishing a pattern. They went to the point where it was what we call prejudicial to the defense. So that's the legal basis for the ruling here. It's really rare to see a conviction overturned on those grounds. And like I said, it's just got to be a devastating moment for the victims.